Welcome to the Soccer Tavern, where we're discussing the history, culture, and philosophy of the beautiful game. My name is Dave, and in this video, we're discussing Everton Football Club's history. Pull up a seat, and let's start the discussion. Everton FC is located in the northern part of the city of Liverpool. The city of Liverpool is located in the northwestern part of England in the United Kingdom. Everton currently play in the Premier League. The club's home ground is called Goodison Park, which was opened in 1892 and holds 39,572 people. Goodison was the first major soccer-specific stadium built in England with stands and proper turnstiles. It's also worth noting that the club is planning to build a new stadium a couple miles west at the Bramley Moor Dock, set to open in 2022. Everton FC's history begins with the St. Domingo Methodist Church, which was located in the Everton district in the city of Liverpool. In 1877, the church started a cricket team for young people in the parish. Because cricket can only really be played in the summer months, they started the St. Domingo Football Club 1 year later in 1878. That quickly became popular and people outside of the church's congregation wanted to join. So in November 1879, the name was changed to Everton Football Club at a meeting in the Queen's Head Hotel near Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House, which we'll discuss in our next segment. The Everton name was a reference to the neighborhood where the church was located, but interestingly, the club has never actually been based in the district of Everton in Liverpool. The club has two nicknames, the Blues and the Toffees. The Blues nickname comes from Everton's kit, which is primarily blue. It's really only used locally to differentiate the club from Liverpool FC, who wear primarily red. Now, the Toffees nickname originates from the club's close association with two local toffee shops. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House, which we mentioned in our previous section, and Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop. These two shops were rivals and competed for Everton fans as customers before and after matches in the 1890s. Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House actually invented the famous Everton Toffees and were kind of the first candy shop on the scene at Everton. Mother Noblet's Toffee Shop then invented Everton Mints. These became a huge success, which prompted Ye Ancient Everton Toffee House to strike up an innovative deal with Everton Football Club to hand out Everton Toffees before matches kicked off. The club allowed it, and the Everton Toffee Lady has become a tradition at the club, handing out candy before a match kicks off. Funny enough though, the toffees thrown out before matches these days are usually Everton Mints since they were much more popular. With the history of these toffee shops and their close affiliation with the club, the nickname came about and has stuck. The club crest used today can be traced back to a design from 1938, when the club's secretary, Theo Kelly, was asked to design a crest which would be used on club official neckties. The crest didn't make it onto kits until 1978, and versions of it have been used ever since. Kelly's design incorporated the Everton Tower, also called Prince Rupert's Tower, which is in the heart of the Everton district of the city. The tower was originally a lockup generally used to house criminals who committed smaller crimes for a night until they could be brought in front of the magistrates or judges. It's a local landmark and is located very close to the Queen's Head Hotel, where the club officially changed their name to Everton FC in 1879. At the bottom of the crest are the Latin words Nil satis nisi optimum, which translates to nothing but the best is good enough and is the club's motto. The year 1878 is a reference to the year the club was founded, and the two laurel wreaths represent the Olympian sign of success. Obviously, the meeting in 1879 that changed the club's name was very important in the club's history, but since we've already kind of discussed that, I want to discuss three other important events in the club's history. The first is Everton FC was one of the founding members of the Football League on April 17, 1888 at the Royal Hotel in Manchester. This league would grow and evolve into the English football pyramid and over 100 years later eventually become the Premier League. The second event I want to discuss is from the 1927-28 season when Everton forward Dixie Dean scored a record 60 goals in 38 matches in the English First Division. This is still a record that stands today. Remarkably, he needed 7 goals in his final 2 matches to reach the record. He scored 4 against Burnley in the second to last match of the season before scoring a hat-trick on May 5th, 1927 against Arsenal in a 3-3 draw. His record-setting 60th goal came in the 82nd minute on a header from a corner kick, and it's unlikely that this record will ever be broken. And finally, our third event I'd like to discuss is from the 1984-85 season, which was truly remarkable for Everton FC. The Toffees crushed many teams along the way and went through multiple runs of many matches without suffering defeat that season. The club won the league by 13 points that season, securing the title on May 6, 1985, in a match against Queen's Park Rangers that they won 2-0. There were still 5 matches remaining in the season. Everton amassed 90 points, scoring 88 goals and going unbeaten from January to May over the course of 28 matches. The club was utterly dominant and also won the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup that season, beating Rapid Vienna 3-1 on May 15, 1985. There are many other important events in the club's history, but for the sake of time, let's keep this thing moving. And if you're hearing any banging in the background, I apologize for that. We're doing a little bit of construction, some cosmetic updates at the Soccer Tavern, and so that's what that sound is. But let's get back to the video. There's no official nickname for Everton supporters, but they often take on the nickname of either Toffees or Evertonians and their city from around the world. So the New York Evertonians or the Toronto Toffees. Most interestingly, Goodison Park claims to be the only stadium in the world with a church in a corner of their ground. That church is St. Luke's, and Everton supporters can visit that church. Everton have had a lot of great players in their history, but I'm only going to highlight a few of them here. Dixie Dean was Everton's record goal scorer and has a statue of himself outside Goodison Park. Gary Lineker was only with Everton for a few seasons, but he won the 1986 Golden Boot, which is given to the tournament's top scorer at the World Cup while still an Everton player. Most people know him nowadays as a famous pundit for the Premier League. Kevin Ratcliffe was captain for Everton in the 1980s, while the club enjoyed one of their best ever spells, winning multiple trophies. And finally, Wayne Rooney began and looks to be ending his career with his boyhood club of Everton. In between, he became Manchester United and England's all-time record goal scorer. I'd like to discuss 2 managers in this section, Howard Kendall and David Moyes. Howard Kendall took over as player manager in 1981 and managed Everton to the highest heights in the club's history. He led the club to the 1983-84 FA Cup, 1984-85 First Division title, along with the European Cup Winners' Cup in the 84-85 season. And he concluded his trophy run with the 86-87 First Division title. He moved abroad for a few seasons and returned to Everton on 2 separate occasions in the 90s, but he couldn't quite replicate his success from the 80s. Still, though, he remains the club's greatest and most successful manager. The other manager, David Moyes, has fallen on some hard times recently, but he had a great run with the club for over a decade. Moyes became Everton manager in the spring of 2002 and turned the club from perennial relegation battlers into a stable Premier League club that still to this day can compete for European spots in the Premier League, meaning they would finish in the top 7 in the table. He left in 2013, having won no trophies in his 12 seasons with the club and hasn't enjoyed too much success with other clubs, but he was instrumental in building Everton into the stable Premier League club that we all know today. Liverpool FC are without a doubt Everton's biggest rival. Matches between the sides are called Merseyside Derbies in reference to the county that the city of Liverpool resides in and the local river. It's a local rivalry as the 2 clubs play in stadiums less than 1 mile apart, and the rivalry actually dates back to Liverpool FC's founding. Everton was playing at Anfield, which is Liverpool's current home ground, back in the 1890s, but there was a rift between the ownership group and the club left Anfield. The owner of Anfield then left the Everton board and started his own club, Liverpool FC. Though this happened in the 1890s, the rivalry didn't really heat up until the 1980s when both clubs were dominant both in the English First Division and European competitions. The 2 clubs have played each other over 230 times. Interestingly, matches are incredibly intense both on the pitch and in the stands, but there's no real hatred between the fans that is seen in other rivalries. It's common to see families made up of both Liverpool and Everton supporters, which makes this one of the most interesting and unusual derbies in all of England. The stats and records we're about to discuss are as of February 2018 when we are recording this video. Everton have spent 115 seasons in the top flight in their history. The club has 15 major trophies, including 9 First Division titles, 5 FA Cups, and 1 UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. The club's record first-team appearance holder is Neville Southall with 750 appearances. The club's record goal scorer is Dixie Dean with 383 goals. The Toffees' all-time clean sheet record holder is Neville Southall with 269 clean sheets. The club's record transfer purchase was Gylfi Sigurdsson from Swansea City on August 16, 2017 for about £45 million. And Everton's record transfer sale was Romelu Lukaku to Manchester United on July 10, 2017 for about £75 million initially. And one last interesting fact about the club, Everton have spent more seasons in the top flight than any other English club, 115 seasons. The club has only had 4 league seasons in their entire history outside of the top flight since the top flight began in 1888. So, there you have it. A bit of history on Everton Football Club. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section below the video. Thanks for stopping by the Soccer Tavern. Hope to see you again soon. Cheers!